Trans Nzoia County Governor George Natembeya back to his county offices after serving a 60-day-long ban by the court. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Laura Omondi. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. You're in safe pair of hands. Let's get this show started. Activist BONIFACE MWANGI has tonight been released on a bond of 1 million shillings after being charged with unlawful possession of ammunition following his Saturday evening arrest at his home in Lukenya, Machakos County. The Directorate of Criminal Investigations officers apprehended MWANGI for what they say is facilitating terror during the recent June 25th nationwide demonstrations to honor victims of last year's deadly protests against proposed tax hikes. DCI claimed they searched his office in Nairobi's Hurlingham area and found 2 unused tear gas canisters and a single blank round of ammunition, calling it evidence of MWANGI's involvement in acts of intended to cause public order and fear. Additionally, no terrorism charges were pressed against the activist. Instead, the DPP charged him with 2 counts of possessing ammunition without a valid firearm certificate.
The court will allow us to those bail terms, then we will easily have the good gentleman, Mr. Boniface, enjoying his right to liberty, and then we can prepare a defense when the court will give us a convenient time to come before it. From the side of the DPP, I thank them. They have not yet made any objections to bail. And if that remains the case, then we'll be eternally grateful for their kindness.
All for upholding the provisions of Article 3 of the Constitution, which obligates every person to defend the Constitution, uphold it, and respect it. His definition qualifies to meet the tenets described under Article 3. And having been a defender of our Constitution, the defender of our democracy, the defender of our rights, it's now his time that the same rights reciprocates by defending him. He's a man who fits the bill of being admitted on personal bond. His antecedent is unquestionable. The place of a bond, the police knows. They were there on Friday. They know where he comes from, where he hails from. He goes to Tanzania and comes back. That means it's not even a flight risk. He defends all of us, including yourself, by holding Article 3. I finally say that he's a freedom fighter. Please grant him the ability and the liberty to proceed fighting for our freedom.
Tunakuomba tafadhali kumwamuru Bwana Mashira na mwenzake Bwana Kiani watupatie stakabadhi zote ambazo watatumia kwenye hii kesi. Tuko tayari kupambana na wao.
Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has tore into his former boss, President William Ruto, accusing him of defrauding Kenyans through a legacy marred with corruption, extrajudicial killings, and unfulfilled promises. The former Deputy President, who is on a tour of the United States, did not hold back, saying the president has sunk the country to an all-time low of mismanagement of the country's resources and lies. Gachagua has officially launched the DCP satellite, which will be open to members of the diaspora to join his Democracy for Citizens party.
William Ruto, I have seen when you were in Machakos, you have said that the opposition have no policy, have no sera, and you need to know how they will improve on your policies and your programs. Mr. President, it is not possible to improve most of your programs. Your biggest program is lying. We obviously cannot improve on it. We want to bring a new government to put an end to lying. Mr. President, your legacy is abduction. How can we improve on abduction? We shall bring an end to abductions. Mr. President, your other big legacy is killing young children. How can you challenge us to improve on killing young children? We shall stop it and never allow it. William Ruto, you have done so well in corruption. How can you challenge us to improve on corruption? We can't, of course. We must bring an end to corruption in our country. William Ruto, you have done so well in destruction of institutions of oversight. You have captured Parliament. You have captured all institutions of oversight. How can you ask us to improve on destroying institutions? We will restore institutions so that they can provide oversight. Parliament will be independent. Judiciary will be independent. All other organizations of oversight will be enhanced and funded. Of course, it is mannerless for you to ask us to improve on raiding the payslip.
A Kibra Magistrate Court has ordered the Kenyatta National Hospital and the Nairobi Women's Hospital to avail medical records of a man suspected of having committed 2 murders at the Kenyatta National Hospital. Principal Magistrate Daisy Mutahi has also ordered the suspect Kennedy Kalombotole be detained at the Kilimani Police Station until Thursday, when the medical report is expected in court. The DCI is seeking to detain him for 21 days to allow for further investigations, a move strongly opposed by the defense. Kalombotole was arrested after investigations linked him to the murder of 2 patients at the Kenyatta National Hospital, including Edward Maingi.
Given that there is conflicting information as to whether the respondent had been discharged from Kenyatta National Hospital or not, and the court has been given information that he is continuing with treatment even after he had been arrested. I'm making an order for a medical report to be availed from Kenyatta National Hospital on the treatment of the accused person, of the suspect, whether he'd been discharged or not, and whether he was continuing with any treatment. Let me also get a report from Nairobi Women's Hospital, Hurlingham branch, as to the treatment of the suspect up until now. This will help the court to make an informed decision.
The Council of Governors have opposed the decision of the Auditor General audit performance of 6 counties against the law. Abdullahi said the recent decision to conduct performance audit for counties was illegal because it is being conducted outside the constitutional and statutory timelines. Speaking in Mombasa during a deliberation meeting on the proposed model policy on pre-primary school feeding program, the governors insisted the proposed audit was decided without any engagement with the Council of Governors nor the affected county governments, resulting in a process that lacks critical input for a comprehensive and context-specific audit in a devolved system. The COG is currently deliberating on the proposed model policy on pre-primary school feeding, which is scheduled for official launch during the upcoming devolution conference in Homa Bay County on August 12th.
The issue of audit, my friend, we have no quarrel with the Auditor General. I want to make that very, very clear. But what we're saying is, you know, there's been this politicization of the bursaries matter, right? I don't know who is so determined that counties are barred from giving out bursaries. You know, in an environment like the one we have, where we're saying there's a lot of economic hardship, and we can see that the government of the day is doing its best to improve the economy, because we're also Kenyans and we talk to people in our counties and even in other counties. But there's still many Kenyans who need support to have their kids stay in school. Are we in agreement on that? And what we're saying is, fine, let CDF give bursaries. Question of constitutionality of CDF and whether MPs should be doing quasi-executive work is a debate for another place, not for this press conference. National government gives capitation to those schools. There are even well-wishers, philanthropists who pay fees for children. Who is this person who is so determined that counties should not give bursaries?
Kakamega Senator Boni Khalwale has slammed the government for its shoot-to-kill orders on Gen Z protesters, accusing it of being misguided or the end goal of the protests. Speaking during the burial of a 25-year-old Elvis Musavi, Khalwale faulted the Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen for remarks he made after the Sabasaba protests. Khalwale has asked the government to exercise restraint and allow young people to thrive in the country.
Murkomen uko na vyombo vya usalama. Mtu mwenye anamdanganya kwamba hawa watoto wanataka kiti ya president, huyo mtu ndio adui wenu. Hawa watoto hawataki kuwa rais. Hawa watoto wanataka kula, hawa watoto wanataka kazi, hawa watoto, they have no interest in your power games. We want you to allow the children of Kenya to thrive. Tuwatafutie kazi, watoto waoe, wazae watoto, waite jina yangu Dr. Boni Khalwale, ndio tujue kweli. Ona maskini, huyu mtoto anaitwa Catherine, bibi ya Elvis. Ni mtoto mdogo sana. And Elvis was a man. Elvis hakuwa mwizi. Elvis alikuwa hustler. Sasa kama hustlers ndio walipatia sisi uongozi, alafu tunapiga hustler risasi, ni kweli tutakuwa na mtu ya kutupigia kura 2027? Yangu leo ni kumwambia rais kwamba kutokana na hii mazungumzo yenye tunasema, kama marafiki zako, kama watu ambao tunakusaidia kazi, wacha mlio ya risasi iishe. Mr. President, wacha mlio wa tear gas ikome. Mr. President, ondoa police roadblocks everywhere in Kenya.
Governor George Natembeya of Trans Nzoia County has reported back to his head office in Kitale after the expiry of a 2-month ban by a court in Nairobi. On May 20th, Natembeya was freed on a bond of 1 million shillings with an alternative bail of 500,000 shillings following charges of corruption. He denied the allegations. The governor had also been barred from accessing his office for 60 days. Excited members of the county executive and staff welcomed the governor back following the 2 months absentia. Natembeya has been operating at sub-county offices where he held meetings and met official delegations. Addressing members of the public after reporting back, Natembeya said his administration will continue to work on major projects across the county.
But I'm reliably informed that in all those 60 days, nobody from the ESS actually came to this office. They didn't come here. So then you really wonder why they pushed for me not coming here. And actually there was an attempt to stop me from working from sub-county offices. So it's basically politics. The matter, of course, is still alive in court. But in the spirit of transparency and accountability, I keep on challenging those honjos at ESCC to really come out and tell the world, like they've always done, when they raid people's homes and offices to say we went to Natembea's place and we found this much money, we found that, we found this, and that's why we took him to court. It's a public institution, and we operate under them.
All right, on Natembea's note, we take a quick break right here on EBN Prime Edition. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly with more news making headlines.
Ndio bado tunajaribu kujenga matimu chezea. Hata viatu naona unapoangalia kwa uwanja utaona wengine wanapiga mguu kavu, na hiyo pia inakuwa changamoto kwa mtoto. Hata kama ako na talanta hawezi cheza mzuri kwa sababu anacheza na uoga. Namba 2, watoto wasichana unajua kuna mahitaji mengi ambayo inatakana wafanyiwe ndio wakuwe sawa katika uwanjani. Naomba vitu kama nilikuwa nimeongea na women rep, hao watoto wanahitaji vitu kama mabra, mapandia ambazo ziko standard na sodo za kuwasaidia ili wanapokuwa kwa uwanja at least wakuwe sawa, wajue wako hawana shida yenye naweza kuwaletea kwa uwanjani.
Na tuko na timu ambazo zimejirejesta, timu 17. Na tunatarajia zingine bado zinakuja. Kwa hivyo kama kuna mtu wako na timu huko nje na haja register, tafadhali mlango bado iko wazi. Kama hatujafunga, kimbia uregister, tutembelee pamoja. Timu za wasichana hazina fedha za kutosha. Kwa hivyo kucheza inaleta challenge kidogo kwa sababu upande wa kulipa referees inakuwa shida. Upande wa registration, chairman wa federation ametusaidia, at least analipia kila timu 5,000 shillings. Kwa hivyo tumetoka kwa registration ya 10,000, sasa tuna register na 5,000. Mipira pia ni challenge kubwa. Unapata
The national football team Harambee Stars has withdrawn from CECAFA 4 Nations tournament in Tanzania after recommendations and advice from the technical bench. The tourney was primed to kick off on Monday, July 21st, with Stars taking on the host Tanzania, the development taking football lovers in the region by surprise. Stars, alongside Tanzania and Uganda, are preparing for the CHAN 2024, which the 3 countries are co-hosting beginning Saturday. That is August 2nd. Now, FKF said it remained committed to providing the national team with the best possible environment to compete and represent the country with pride. CAF has concluded a highly successful 8-day inspection tour of the host venues for the upcoming Total Energies CAF African Nations Championship, CHAN 2024, set to be staged in Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda from 2nd August to 30th August 2025. The final round of inspections and workshops kicked off in Nairobi, Kenya, where the CAF delegation conducted final inspections at the Kasarani Stadium, which is set to host the final, as well as Nyayo International Stadium. The inspection proceeded to the Aman Stadium in Zanzibar, as well as Dar es Salaam's Benjamin Mkapa Stadium, which is set to host the opening ceremony.
This is the last visit before the kickoff. I can say that I'm really satisfied to what I have seen. The top grass is here, the changing room, everything is, we are ready. Of course, there's something to be fixed, like the chair to put there, to move from one place to another, but we are ready to kick off on 2nd of August. This is all together one competition.
3 in 1.
So 3 of them, they are doing well. And the coordination of very well, exchange of information very well. I think that this is we have to learn from here in Africa, to see 3 countries, they put effort together, they put resources together to deliver this competition.
All right. right, that marks the end of our broadcast tonight. Thank you for watching. I hope you're duly informed and up to date on the country's latest news stories. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Laura Omondi. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. Good night.